Namaste guys, Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant. Give you a big and beautiful shout out on this Wednesday evening here in Denver, Colorado. It is 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. We're jumping on for our daily dose of growth, challenges designed to grow your soul and help you become a better person. She's all worked up. Karen, Namaste, second brownie point for you for today. And so I had the honor, dare I say, immense pleasure to go onto my Facebook page up until this very point and go through all the people who completed the challenge for today. Challenge number 23. Don't forget, I did it, I didn't do it, we did it, we didn't do it, right? Mani is tearing up her food right now. And so I had your stuff in front of me. It's hard to have my laptop open and then my phone and then the glare, and it just doesn't look right. But I did look at everyone's pictures and they were beautiful. They were super, super sweet. We had horses. We had the word love and family coming together. We had mothers holding babies. We had circles of earth. We had I like the violet one with love because the focus was love. So before we get ahead of ourselves, number one, I did it, I didn't do it. I did it, I didn't do it. We did it, we didn't do it, right? So taking ownership and responsibility. And then what was your awareness before the challenge, which we covered a little bit this morning? What was your awareness during the challenge and then after the challenge? So every day, 8 o'clock in the morning, we have a new challenge. Today's challenge was very simple. At least 15 minutes you spend drawing a picture connected to love, connected to the aspect of love. Lori, Namaste. You could use pens, markers, crayons, colored pencils, paint, whatever, right? On a certain canvas. Then you sign it, you take a picture of it. Did everyone sign it? You take a picture of it, and then you tag me on Facebook so I could see it, and then the group can see it. And I'm super impressed with you guys. Each and every one of you stepped up to the plate and made it happen. And some of you guys are super amazing artists that, not gonna lie, working on my enviousness and jealousy around. Tina, yeah, you did it. Good evening, Laura, you did it. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So that was our challenge for today, the 23rd challenge of about 60 different challenges. Some people took longer than 15 minutes to do it, but each and every day it's a different challenge. They're not connected to one another, and typically they take 15 minutes or less to do. Designed to grow you mentally, grow you emotionally, grow you physically, help you grow financially, help you grow spiritually. So what is your feedback, guys? I'm really looking forward to it because everyone seems super engaged with this process. We have a bunch of creative, artistic people on our hands. So go ahead, write it out. Beautiful pictures, guys. We're also creative and talented. It's true. It's bizarre with such a small group. Jessica says, before was trying to figure out during, I broke my toe when my art kit fell on it. After I was happy, I finished it. Jessica, what kind of karma are you working through right now, girl? Lori says, yes, a lot of talented people out there. Has anyone ever done the wine and painting? It's called by different franchise names. I've done it a couple times in Denver. Super fun. I'm not a big wine drinker. If I drink wine, I typically like blueberry wine. Don't make fun of me. First and only time I've had blueberry wine was actually in Florida at a blueberry farm, and it was delicious. If I had to choose, probably rosé would be my next choice of wine, but the darker reds, the Malbecs, the Merlots, too aggressive for this palate. Let's see. Hold on, everyone. I worked on it for hours. Wait a minute. It was supposed to be 15 minutes or a little bit more. It was slow because I had to use my right hand, but I was super proud of myself. Very good, very good. I don't know. It hurts so bad. My entire foot is swollen. So we're going to have to start healing Jessica after the challenges. Joanna says, before I knew what I wanted to do, the reason I drew the one I did, it reminded me of Livia when she was about 2 with a horse. And I'm going to gift her the drawing I did. That's awesome. That's super cool. I didn't even think about something like that. Sip and paint. I've never heard of sip and paint. Karen said, here in Sarasota, we are having painting with a twist. I went once. I haven't heard painting with a twist. I haven't heard, what is it, sip and paint? That's a weird one. I haven't heard of sip and paint. Pablo something is one of them. Anyways, they're really, really cool. It's basically you and like 60 other people in a big open room with wine, beer, snacks, and you set up easels next to each other, and you have an instructor that's standing on the stage, and they play like really funky music, appropriate music for what you're doing, and then you just go step by step. All right, now we're going to cover the whole canvas black and do this. Now we're going to do this. Now we're going to draw these lines in these ways, and it's super, super cool. I think the Nuts might still have my my artwork. I'd have to ask her if she still has it. It came out super good. Mine's better. Let's see. Hold on, everyone. So I need to stay in bubble for a little while. Maybe so, Jessica. Karen says, I never draw, so I was surprised with how mine came out. You never draw? Wow. That's impressive. That's super impressive. Lori says, I drew the first thing I thought of for the base. Then as the day went on, I added things as I thought of love. Yeah, I like that. So Lori did the word love with each of the letters separate. But Christian, that's how you do it anyways. No, she drew out L, drew out the O, drew out the V, drew out the E, and then put things that represented love to her in each of the letters. So I thought that was very creative. Karen, yours was amazing. Yeah. I was hoping the Nuts would do it. I told her the challenge afterwards. She's a very good drawer. She can see something and draw it. And she didn't do it because she had other things going on, because she's the Nuts. What else? What else was your experience? Feedback is super, super important. Some of you are artists and got to shine. Some of you are like, I can't even do stick figures, but I'm going to try anyways, and you got an opportunity to shine. What else? What other feedback? What did you become aware of through the process, and then how can you apply this awareness to move your life forward? Maybe it's moving your life forward creatively. Maybe it's moving your life forward in overcoming inner resistance. Maybe it's moving your life forward of overcoming fear or rejection or a sense of inadequacy, right? What nugget or nuggets did you get out of doing today's challenge? It was real fun. I would love to take more time at drawing again. Perfect. Good, good, good. How many of you realize it's therapeutic just drawing? Just getting a pen out, getting your pad out, and just busting it out. Be like, this feels so therapeutic, so relaxing, so calming to my solar plexus chakra. It activates my heart, activates my throat, activates my sex. I think I need to move my art kit into a lower shelf. I think Jessica is working on her stand-up. So Suresh says, was inspired by what you said Inspired by what you said yesterday about the sun shining for eons and eons without expecting anything in return. Ooh, that's okay, taking it to the next level. Because of the sun, all life is possible, and us being able to love and evolve helped me understand more about unconditional love and service. Beautiful. High level. I love it. Integrated. Beautiful. I can really feel the you getting that. Really nice. Joanna says, I became aware of I've been missing doing artwork, so I want to do more. Good. Just like some of you have been dancing more from our previous challenges. Some of you have been doing the 108 kick squats because of previous challenge, right? Karen said, so therapeutic. I enjoyed looking at it afterwards. Good, good, good. We'll cover that in a minute too. Jessica says, so true. It was very therapeutic. I enjoyed it so much. Excellent. I should have got a glass of water. It's all right. I'll just look at her drinking the water and eating her hay, and I'll merge with her aura. Sarah, namaste. Welcome to the party. Lori said, I missed the dancing challenge. You sure did. Lori, don't you understand each and every challenge is self-contained and they're completely out to lunch? But at the end of it, people go, wow, I didn't know about this. I didn't realize this. I had this aha, this awakening, this doorway into my consciousness. Denise, Atma Namaste. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you on occasionally from time to time. Let's make it a regular thing. Let me know how I can add value to you. Suresh says, surprisingly fun and therapeutic, as you said. We had our dance party. That's right, Lori, but we might have other dances in the future. I have my ideas about that. Anything else? Anything else that you guys want to clarify? Yep, still dancing, still do my 108. Maybe a bit tricky now. So then you just keep kicking with the same foot. Keep kicking with the same foot. She loves her hay, man. Jams it in her mouth, just nibbles away. So now she has this thing where she gets in my lap, then she crawls up my chest, and then she perches herself like a bird. She might think she's a bird. Perches herself on my shoulder, and she was on my shoulder for like 20 minutes today, just chilling out. Lori and I are dancing energizing bunnies. Done and done, 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 done. Perfect. Good. So my experience with art is my oldest brother, Jason, very, very good artist. Very good artist. Was a good artist since high school, could draw comic book characters. I mean, not an expert, right? Not people are going to be paying tens of thousands of dollars or hiring him as a professional, comic artist, but very, very good. He could look at something, draw it relatively quickly, correct a couple things here and there. He had good perspective, very good coloring. And so I saw my older brother, and as a little kid, my oldest brother is 11 years older than me, so seeing him draw was really special to me. Right? Because I was like, wow, that's something I would wish I could be able to do, right? So as I was going through the process, I remember going to different bookstores that specialized in drawing, and I remember buying a lot of books on the hands, because they said the hands, as I understand it, are the hardest things to draw. I never understood the whole fruit drawing thing. I never got that. But they say the hands are the hardest thing to draw. So I remember being like 9, 10, 11 years old, trying to figure out how to draw. I had no supervision. I had no instructor. I just had a book, a pencil, and a pad. And I'd be like so upset and so frustrated. I literally would be pulling my hair out, literally, not like strand by strand, but I would just grab my hair and I would be super, super frustrated. I was a very emotional child. And I would be crying at certain times because I couldn't get my eyes and my hands to be coordinated enough to draw it just like I saw it in the book. So I would spend hours here and there. I couldn't get it looking right. And I would see my brother, like I would go through his stash of artwork, and he even did female nudes, male nudes. Like he would go to a certain part of town where they had like the community college, and people would come in wearing nothing, right? And they would be like, hey, draw me, paint me, charcoal me for the next 2 hours. I'll be here nude, right? So he did that, and I was always like, how does he do that? How does he do that? How does he do that? And the reason I was actually learning how to draw is because there's so many gaps in my thinking and blind spots in my thinking as a young kid. But I wanted to do my own video games. I always thought, because I always had a very creative imagination, but I couldn't transfer it to a physical thing. But it's like if I just had somebody who was skillful enough, maybe my brother at that time didn't think about it, right? I was like, okay, here's my vision for a video game. And of course, even then, it dealt with mysticism, dealt with white magic, dealt with special powers, right? It wasn't like this tough and punch people in the face and kick people in the groin kind of game. It was about mysticism. And so I remember like, okay, if I can just draw well enough, then, this would be amazing. And I'd sell millions of copies and I'd make millions of dollars and I would be retired by the time I'm 18, right? That was my perception as a 8, 9, 10-year-old back in the dizzy. So why am I telling you this? My mom blessed all of us with artistic skills when she chose to actually apply them. You should see my brother's son and even Olivia's drawings. Hey, take pictures of them, send them to me. You guys love doing that, keeping me in the loop, right? So I'm telling you that because my brother went out, found instruction, found mentors, and he practiced, and he became very, very good at it. He wasn't a natural born artist, right? And then he actually went to school for landscaping architecture, which is some level of freehand, but a lot of it is using computer programming, right? So it's a different way of expressing what is in your mind. And so as I matured and grew up, and I looked at what are my ninja powers and skill sets. I'm a creative person, but my creativity is not in drawing stuff. My creativity is in speech, in creating images for people. That's my gift, right? So A, work with your strengths. B, if I had proper instruction, I could have become much, 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 much better and could have unlocked a potential within me that I maybe never realized, right? Just like when I was learning pranic healing, I knew nothing about the chakras, nothing about the aura, nothing about cleansing, energizing, stabilizing, cutting cords, none of those things. Knew nothing about the soul, knew nothing about Kundalini energy, but guess what? I studied, I applied. I studied, I applied. And I did that over and over and over again with proper instruction from qualified people over a prolonged period of time, and then I became masterful at healing other people, right? So that's the nugget or takeaway, if you will, from today's challenges. You guys got to experience your creativity and you got to awaken. Memories or abilities that you've either forgotten, you suppressed, or you didn't even realize that you had. Because why? You had a group of people encouraging you, hey, here's today's challenge, we support you. Go out and make it happen. When I was growing up, I didn't have that. When I got into pranic healing and Arhatic yoga and the teachings of Master Choa, I had that. I had an entire community of people saying, you can become a great healer. You can create miraculous healings. You can help transform people's lives. You can help people have deeper meditation experiences. You can teach people how to meditate. And so I had people believe in me, and then it made me into the person I am today. So that's the takeaway from today's challenge, Challenge 23. Who knows what kind of challenge we're going to have tomorrow, right? Who knows what kind of challenge we're going to have tomorrow? It's going to be Challenge 24, though. We definitely know that because we're going in sequence. So you got some comments here. Let's see what these comments are. I did art, but I rarely finished because I felt it was never good. Perfectionist, that's in the throat chakra. I look back at it and realize it was good. That a girl. Tina was always our worst critic. We are always our worst critic. I thought Tina was our worst critic. I was like, Tina, you're criticizing other people so much so that they're saying, got it. So perfectionism, Olivia jumping on. So perfectionism, that a girl. Did I see the one that you did? Because I saw your mom said we decided to do another one or something like that. So perfectionism is in the throat. Yeah, there you go. Post it on my wall. Perfectionism is in the throat. Details. Things not being right. That's in the throat. But being an artist, a sculptor, a painter, a dancer, a singer, some kind of performer, requires sex energy and throat chakra energy. Details. Why? Because you're creating. Right? You're creating. And it's funny, I was talking with two mentors of mine at one of the retreats this past year in Bovine, New York, and I said, have you noticed that people who are very particular tend to materialize very rapidly? Avani, Amma Namaste. They tend to materialize things rapidly. Why? Because the throat chakra, which deals with details, the throat chakra, which deals with materialization, the throat chakra that deals with creation. If you're very particular about something, that means you have a very clear form of how you want it to look, how you want it to taste, how you want it to feel, how you want it to sound, how you want it to smell, right? Throat chakra, the chakra of materialization, right? Because it creates form, right? Have you ever had an idea but it's kind of fuzzy? People that are particular don't have fuzzy ideas. They're like, this is what I want, this is how I want it. If you've ever seen the movie with Meryl Streep called, what is it, Death by Prada, right? Death by Prada. She was a very successful executive, creative person, and she had her assistant, and her assistant kept falling short of her expectations. Why? Because she was super, super particular, and she became masterful at materialization. Olivia, I will let you know, my dear. I'll respond. I'll respond if it worked or not. If it didn't work, I'll send you a message directly, okay? Let's see. So Suresh says, are also talking about constancy of aim and effort one point in this? Yes, because if you give up on something, you don't have constancy. If you don't have constancy, you can't get fruit from your efforts. If you don't get fruits from your effort, you don't have feedback. Make sense? Does that make sense? So yes, being successful, or as Grandmaster Cho Koksui would say, constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness is needed for greatness. Right? Is needed for greatness. But what do most of us do? We fumble around in something new. We try it for a little bit. We get bored. We get frustrated. We get anxious. We beat ourselves up. It's not perfect, which, think about this for a second. If it's your first time, Jillian, I'm not mistake. If it's your first time doing something, hello, I was a 8, 9, 10-year-old kid drawing for the first time, and guess what? I was expecting my drawing to look like people who were not only experts in what they did, because that's why they have a book, but also people who have been drawing for years and years and years and years and years. I was comparing a weakness to their strengths. So do you see the gap? So I became frustrated. Not good. But if I kept at it, solar plexus, constant, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, right? Then guess what? You become an expert. You become a master. I've been doing pranic healing and Arhatic yoga consistently for 16 years. And I still feel like an infant compared to the masters. And I don't say that to be tongue-in-cheek. I mean that literally. I still feel like an infant compared to their development of the miracles they produced, the people that they've helped, the contributions that they made in society around the world. Just a scratch, right? Just a scratch. So persistence pays off. There's a book I highly recommend reading, which actually talks about many, many artists throughout history, but it talks about also business, very successful businessmen, successful inventors, successful politicians. It's called Mastery. Mastery by Robert Greene. It's a thick book. It's like 350, 360 pages long, but it will open your eyes up to, wow, it takes a lot to become a master at your craft. That's why, have you guys noticed there are other energy healing modalities other than pranic healing on the planet? There's quantum touch, theta healing, there's Reiki, and there's over 20 different forms of Reiki. There's laying of the hands, there's shamanism, there's many, 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 many forms of energy healing. Guess what? A Palladian light work is another one. I chose to focus on pranic healing so I could master it. But if I did pranic healing for 6 months, then Palladian light work for 6 months, then Reiki for 6 months, and then this for 6 months, and that for 7 months, and this for 12 months, and this for 3 years, and this for 1 month, I would have no mastery. That's why I've chosen pranic healing or Arhatic yoga are my healing paths and my spiritual paths, because I want to be a master of this school. I cannot be a master of many things at once. Not possible. There's not enough time in this lifetime to do that. It's glitching. No! Sorry, Olivia. Don't worry. You can catch us on the replay. And you can just fast forward it to the part that you started getting glitchy. So that's our talk for today, guys. I was just making some notes here. That's our talk for today. I would recommend focusing on mastery. There's a book by Gary Keller. I've read a lot of books, and I do my best to practice what's in those books. This book was also recommended by Master Ko, called The One Thing by Gary Keller. The One Thing by Gary Keller. And in that book, he talks about mastery. And he says, anyone who wants to master anything does it 4 hours a day, first thing in the morning, 5 days a week, for a decade. Yep. 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, for 10 years. You will become a master. What does that mean? You have the greatest level of fulfillment. You have a very, very deep understanding and you have a deep understanding of one subject and a very broad understanding of many subjects, right? You are the highest paid, right? Experts and masters are the highest paid. in any field of knowledge, right? So yeah. Does that make sense? So if you want mastery, you have to focus. And Master Cho was saying, a challenge with intelligent people is they have a hard time focusing because why? They have interest in many things. That's why intelligent people have a hard time producing results, because they have an interest in many things, so they never develop depth. They never develop mastery. They never have anyone ready, willing, and able to pay them for their expertise because they don't have expertise. They have a general understanding of things. Tina says, Elena's been doing gymnastics all of her life. Correct. So she has a level of mastery that will make her well respected, and then if she chooses to be a gymnastics coach, which I have a couple clients that are gymnastic coaches, then she will be seen as an expert. But so many of the coaches have been doing gymnastics for most of their lives. So how do you differentiate? How do you specialize? Usually as you practice greater levels of mastery, you become more specialized in your field of interest. Christian, I'm happy this was for today because I love art and I love drawing. That's nice. Good. Hopefully we ignited something deep within you, and maybe that will push you further and further in the direction of being successful. By the way, the whole starving artist thing is a thought form that artists identify with, and that's partly what keeps them poor. Versus, I have artwork that is valuable, that is appreciated, that people are ready, willing, and able to purchase from me. There's a girl, I'll do my best to find her. If you guys don't see me post this on Facebook in the next few hours, contact me and go, hey, remember that girl you were going to post? This is a girl, I'd actually like to see what her artwork is like now. But this was a girl who she started painting at 3, 4, 5 years old, if I remember correctly. And then when she was like 10, 11, 12 years old, her artwork was selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars because it's amazing. She did a painting of Lord Jesus, and this girl's forehead chakra is accessing the inner world. She's seeing higher levels of truth, and she's drawing or painting what she sees in the inner world. And she goes, there are colors, think about this, guys. She goes, there are colors that I see that I see in my imagination that can't be replicated physically. She's seeing the inner world. She's seeing the beauty of the inner world. She makes so much money with her artwork that she was able to pay, not in full, but able to buy her parents $1 million home. She was able to buy her parents $1 million home because of her artwork, because that's her gift, that's her ninja power, that's her skill set that she's developed over many, many lifetimes. So, me, what would I do? A 39-year-old man who can draw stick figures, and I look at someone who is 10, 11, she's much older now, I think she's about 20, 10 or 11 years old, drawing beautiful, beautiful artwork of Lord Jesus, and I'm like, why can't I do it like that? Because I didn't put in the time to master. Hello? It's like comparing myself to Mozart. He had been doing inner work around this skill set for lifetimes, right? So we have to stop comparing ourselves to other people. You should only compare yourself to yourself. Am I better today than I was yesterday? So, that being said, by you guys doing the daily challenges for 15 minutes every single day, guess what? You're becoming better every day. Olivia says, I'm a football person. I like playing football. I'm probably going to do some basketball if it's okay with mom. So amazing. The colors certainly are indescribable. Get it, girl. Get after football. Whatever. Move where you're drawn to. Move to where the energy is. Olivia, get it together. No more crying. Just follow the new challenges every day. And share it with all your friends at school. All right, guys, we ran over, but you know how we do it in the evenings. Christy, I'm going to say we typically run over anyways. We do 30, 35, 40 minutes sometimes with the live streams in the evenings because we're done with work, we're relaxing, we got our feet up, we got our glass of wine, we got our smoothie, we got our green juice. We're like, oh, I just finished my challenge. I'm going to relax and listen to Christian run his mouth. This is when I'm working. I'm working when I'm talking to you guys. When I'm not talking to you guys, I got my feet up, I got my smoothie. Better is NAS. That's it. You will be homeschooled, sweet child. Sweet child of mine. Wasn't that Guns N' Roses? So thank you to each and every one of you for sharing your time with the group, your energy with the group. Thank you for creating beautiful artwork. Olivia, I'll let you know if I see it or not see it. I appreciate you guys. I know it's not easy to stretch. I know it's not easy to get out of your comfort zone. I know it's not easy to try new things. I get it. And I'm proud of each and every one of you, whether this is your first and only challenge or you've done every single challenge to date. I am proud of you. I'm grateful for you. And you are becoming a better person every single day that you do these challenges. So that's it. Yeah! For those of you who need healing, reach out to me on my website, ChristianRLong.com. Consultation if you know nothing about pranic healing. If you know something about pranic healing, just schedule a healing session right then and there. 30 minutes of coaching, 30 minutes of healing, all done online. Transform your life. That's it. Love you guys very, very much. You're welcome, Jessica. See y'all tomorrow. And I will talk to you soon. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma. Namaste. Bye-bye.